Alrighty, so doing the deep squat on the FMS. Alright, so get your heels up against that board, not on them, a little bit wider than shoulder width. Alright, what you're going to do, you're going to grab the dowel here, you set it on your head. Alright, 90 degrees with the elbows. Alright, then you press up, squat down 3 times. Alright, so while she's doing this, not giving her any instructions how to squat, go overhead 3 times. Watch her knees and ankles, seeing how they move, seeing how far down she gets. If she's going parallel to the floor, not bad, right? So there's 3. Now we put her heels up on top of the board. Good, same thing, get that dowel on your head, press it straight up. 3 squats here. 1, 2, and 3. So not bad. Knees go out just a little bit. The dowel is a little bit forward, but not terrible at all. So I'd probably give you a 2 for it. What else do we want to go over?
It's a 1. She can't get below 90.
Her femur's parallel to the floor, though, so they said that's a 2.
That's not a 2. 2 is all the way down.
It's a 2. There's a lot of
In the
different.
video,
I'll
it's-
go through at the end.
Yeah, so that's what I want the discussion to.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different. I'll go through a little bit more in mine. You both are right in the original. So you go back to original. You're supposed to be able to get below parallel to get a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you get to parallel, you are a 2. Before you had to get a 3. That's
When
if
the
you get
FMS officially changed this? or
yeah,
this-
FMS officially changed it. There's a couple things which
Probably
you gotta
about
watch for.
6 months ago.
Yeah, if you kind of watch, there's a couple things they changed. Like I'll go through on the rotary stability. You'll see how they changed. There's they put a lot of different things in there.
And Boyle's video that we all watched
Yeah.
was from like
When,
2013.
that's what I was gonna say, when was that
It's
from?
another
Because I was like,
video.
this
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
probably
little
has
old, but it still has the
updated
nuts and bolts.
concept.
It has the nuts and bolts of what
The
we're
key
looking
thing that you kind of missed, though, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
First thing we're watching, we put the dial back on the head. So start
She needs 90 degrees here
90 degrees,
and
but
here.
watch. But if you watch, like she's already starting, see her right elbow's going forward. She's already starting to rotate forward a little bit. So watch the rotation there.
What did we?
Like that right as she starts.
Yeah,
she
no, I'm
started
saying, what does that do with the squat?
because that's already going to
necessarily?
turn. That's already going to
Twist
rotate here.
around.
Just
Gotcha.
little keys you're already going to start to see. What we're going to watch. So I mean, but we also have to remember always ask: is there pain? First thing, always if there's pain, because that eliminates everything. That gives them a 0 on that.
Yep.
Lastly, on FMS, just remember this thing is always changing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I tell them, I said, I will hope everybody gets a chance to do a weekend seminar. I mean, I've done it twice. I've done level 1 twice, which is stupid, but again, I should probably do level 2. But it's more than just doing the Cliff Note version, let's say like watching a quick video or watching a podcast. We need to do more, probably do research, go sit in on a lot more than just those things. It's very worthwhile. And you'll learn a little bit more about the why, not just of how to do it. And we'll go from there. But that was actually not bad.
Which is great, which is part of, I think, why we're doing this.
Yes.
So that as we have to give them or whatever. We spoke
So-
about using them, I know, McKay with the list, which really the ones, and then Boyle said
We wanna
at
pause it.
twos, that we just let them go.
Let 2s, if we don't retest
We don't
2s,
so they don't retest. When would you retest?
once a year. Not
Once
just
a year.
retesting the quarter. We
Okay.
retest at the beginning, but not just the beginning. But now, most important part, Andrew, if they fail, what are our correctives?
They fail for their correctives. Well, they wouldn't be
No,
loading.
no, no. There's a list. So what I need you to go back through. We'll
I mean,
do
they
it
didn't
next
have
week.
it in the video.
There's
Yeah.
nothing in the video for
See, in the
correctives.
video,
No,
there's
no, but if you
Yeah.
go to
They
This
said
is
you
where
did,
we
all
want
they
to
said in the
get
video is
to.
you wouldn't load them at all. If they fail, you're not
so
loading
that-
them. So
I want so.
I mean, I know the correctives of like putting a band on,
We'll go
like that
through.
kind of stuff, but
We'll go through
overall,
afterwards. And we'll
Yeah.
put on the.
Yeah, so let's
The
type it up
cast.
after the list of
Yeah.
correctives for each of them.
That's why I got those out.
Let's
So I'm
hit
gonna go through the
that.
correctives. with
Gotcha.
that. So
Cool.
we need to make sure. So make a note. We're gonna go through the squat correctives. Because FMS has for every failed test, there's a corrective.
Gotcha.
And so that's we need to have those. I'm not picking any.
And the only
bullshit.
thing they
No, you're
mentioned in the
fine. I
video
just-
was,
all I was told is to watch the video so
all
I can
on-
see where the correctives are.
This whole
So
back side of the sheet is all the correctives.
right,
Okay.
okay,
So
which ramping,
ramping,
Yeah,
bands.
Depending
Yeah,
on
but
the-
they
No
elevate
load.
the heels no matter what.
Yeah.
The what?
That's the-
yeah, they
for
elevate
the
them
kids.
as
Yeah, for the
well.
kids they do. Yeah.
Adults
deep
do.
squat. All right. So don't. If if it's a 1 or less,
You're not
load
loading.
squats, unless shoulder mobility is the only issue. All right, do substitute deload ankle or do deloaded squat options or hip and ankle correctives. Here's the correctives over here. So hip correctives, supine band hip flexion, prone val slide hip flexion, standing band hip flexion holds. Now that's a progression and regression. Supported leg lowers, unsupported leg lowers, single leg deadlift progressions. Okay. Then the chops, sumo holds are all part of the hip correctives. And then the ankle correctives, half kneeling, wall ankle mobilities, split spans, ankle mobilities. So
Yep, so no, we
Yeah,
just
look
understand, so we gotta understand those
Is it
correctives.
a mobility or stability problem?
Well, we gotta look at the whole picture, you can't just look at a deep squat and just start going.
I was
Oh, I
just
understand,
gonna
but I'm saying, but they're
say,
correct,
this
if
is
they're,
just the
if
beginning,
that's just the
right?
beginning, if there's a failure in the deep squat, that's where you're gonna start, those are your correctives there. Alright, so who we got next?
Me.
Brendan, let's roll, what do you got?
Hurdle step.
Hurdle step, you already said it.
Who wants to be my demo?
Yeah.
And I the daily demo.
What do you gotta check for? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I got you on a wide angle lens, so.
No, I mean.
Thanks.
Right.
What are you saying?
No, it's on
Say your
Brendan's
why.
side. Yeah,
Double wide.
don't sue me.
All right.
Gotcha.
Measure the tibia tuberosity. Monica's 16 and a half.
What?
Oops, sorry.
Gotcha.
you measured mine at 16. Not fair.
Uh-oh.
Short legs.
Oompa Loompa Donnie.
All right. You're gonna bring your feet right up onto the board. Toes touch on the board. Bring that foot over. Step. Tapped heel. I'm coming back first.
Yeah. Feet all the way together. Yep.
Oh boy.
3 on each leg. That's pretty good.
Ask McKay or Dottie when I first started.
I'm sad.
So
Real
what we do in between, so before you start the other side, we'd always take our notes on that one side.
Mhm.
So it may take a second, take your notes on the first side first.
That's that.
So if that happens, stop the band in between each rep. Stop it, have her stop the band each time, so you can see if she hits it each time.
You hear me? Click, 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 click,
Right.
click, click.
All right.
So what'd you see?
So what you're looking for, stability in that stationary leg, hip flexion mobility here, and the step with the left side, she's pretty good. The right side, struggle a little bit, you get a little external rotation.
Oh, we missed some, so go back to your left leg, watch on the return, because she's a fine going over. Now watch her return.
Opens her hips slightly.
See it?
Yeah.
Into that.
So,
Push
yeah,
it.
pay attention,
Lift
no,
it.
your foot, everything, so just
Yeah.
watch, we gotta watch the going, not just going, we gotta watch the
Your foot
return as
goes
well.
like this.
So again, also little things
That's what
watching,
it used to do.
not just the hip shift, you'll see like some people compensate, they'll turn their head. You'll see like, so watch little things. Don't do the Michael Jordan tongue, but you know, it's just little things. I mean, so if you see that going now, look at the disparity now. You saw what she did with her right foot, now watch her left foot. I mean right foot, watch her right foot this side, watch. We stop,
No.
normally stop in between each one.
I wonder, does she have a hip mobility issue on the right one? Can you get your knee? Okay, yeah. Okay, you're good.
Left leg's a little more shaky when
Yeah, so
balancing
is
on
it
it.
more
stability
stability?
in the knee.
So is the stability in the
Beautiful
knee?
thing about the FMS is we don't have to dissect this stuff that much. That's
Yeah.
we give the correctives. We identify the number and then we just give correctives. We don't have to get that in depth.
I think today is a tool of learning to like sort of watch and see.
To go through so you understand what you're looking for. All right, who was it?
What's next?
I think it's me.
I think it was it shoulder mobility next?
No, inline lunge.
What was
inline
score?
lunge.
What I get, 0, 1.
To 2.
2.
Did you have pain?
Asymmetrical
No
too.
pain.
Yeah.
So then it's not
I'll give her a 2 minus. I'll give her a 2 minus on the right.
a. Alright, I typed mine up for everybody.
Thank you. Look at Donnie.
Oh, what a guy.
Okay, I got one for Shannon, don't worry.
So you can use Monica again so you don't have to measure.
Yep.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
for my
what I'll
boys
do.
in
I
Philly.
figured.
As
like
your
the whole
birthday
series.
present,
Alright,
I
so-
won't read through it for grammatical errors. Go ahead.
It's like Star Wars, so I had to do it.
Alright,
for Sean.
so, we need the same tools, right? We need that tibial tuberosity, which Brendan already measured for 16 and a half for us.
Okay, don't be
Sorry,
salty,
Valley.
Donnie.
Main things that we're looking for that this is going to help us kind of identify is deceleration, change of direction, rotation. So we're doing a quick appraisal on the left and right functions in the basic patterns. Okay, we're also watching for the mobility and stability of the ankles, knees, and hips, and control of the midline and the thoracic spine. So setup, Boyle actually said shoes on because he wants people to have a good grip
Okay.
on the board.
Yeah, because people slide.
Yep.
And it's not.
So
You don't know
the
if it's.
socks. could
Unless
be
you want me to
slippery.
do it, because I'm already have shoes on. This one I'm actually good at.
I could have brought my new. I got a brand new FMS board. I got to post that. Make sure I post that on the CFSC site. You know, to buy a brand new FMS kit.
So, Maka's gonna start standing on the board in a lunge position. We're gonna have back foot, big toe on 0, and then her front heel is gonna be on that number of her tuberosity,
Tibio tuberosity.
which is 16 and a half. So heel on that 16 and a half.
Oh, the way they say.
Now, one of the things, we have to make sure that we get the correct hands in the right position. And so the easiest way for me is think of it as a throwing or marching type setup. So if you were throwing and your left leg was forward, which hand would you be throwing with? Correct, the right one, okay? So once you,
pass?
yes, you passed. All right, so
So
put
far.
that foot back out there. Now, Boyle had him hold on to the stick to keep him steady, so if you do have a client that is really unstable, you know, make sure that you're watching them so nobody just falls over. Then, so right hand is gonna be your top hand. Okay, yep, and you're gonna grab the dowel right between that, that open space between the skull and your thoracic spine. And then the left hand is gonna be at the mid-back and also in that lower place. So we wanna have those two spots, and they're gonna maintain, the goal is to maintain these contact points. So once she's set up and we've got those two contact points, then she's gonna go down and try and touch that knee to the center of the board. Good. 3 times. Excellent. Then we'd have her step off, switch, go the other way. So yep, we're gonna switch those hand positions. So if you were throwing with your right leg forward, which hand would be back? That's gonna be that top hand. Good. And then same thing.
And make sure she get her heel down first.
Yeah. So her back heel, yep, there we go.
God, do you hear my knee?
2 and 3. Good job. All right, so main points. All right, can they hold the original lunge position and be stable? Okay. Yes, she did it. All right, can they get all the way up and down in a full lunge pattern with their knee touching the board at the bottom and returning all the way back up? Yep, she did that. All right, can they maintain the 2 points of contact on the dowel? 3 points if you want
I was
to
gonna say with
get,
the head,
yep,
right?
yep.
Head
3
back and
points.
butt.
Yep, head, back, and butt. Right?
She lost the butt.
She lost the
Lost
butt.
the
I mean, on
Okay.
one side.
On the one side, yep. And then was she able to keep the dowel vertical? So no, she was definitely had a little bit of a lean on it. So I wouldn't give her a 1. I would definitely say it was a 2 overall. So
And is that where we make asymmetrical notes?
Yeah.
it was definitely
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a 2.
asymmetrical.
But the only thing that's weird is like you're pushing more when you went to the your right side. You moved about 3 inches versus like an inch and a half with your foot. Like you're pushing
Her hips
way
were
more.
shifting. I mean,
Like way
left
more
leg
pressure on that
forward.
back leg. So that's one of the things we watch out for.
Well, and it was when you had your right leg forward, right?
Yeah, yep. You shifted way
So-
more.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
That definitely goes up.
So is that
That was
pointing,
the wrong arm now.
like, I know we don't, we're not trying to
We don't
diagnose.
diagnose, but I'm saying, but
Is
just
that
fit.
pointing again to this left hip?
The easy thing to do just to try and get people back in there faster. I mean, this was Lee's thing. So she's 16 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Just put your foot right there and say, bring your
Yeah.
foot right
Oh,
there.
that's a good idea.
And then
That's
it's-
a good idea.
Yeah.
And just go
Yeah, 'cause
versus,
they're like-
versus they're like,
Unless you're standing next to them, in
Yeah.
case they lose
so I just put your
balance.
foot right there and say, let's put your foot right
Yeah.
there.
Back.
Bam, then you can, they can set up.
That's a good tip.
Yeah,
That was
that's
just his thing. That wasn't mine. That was Lee's thing. He said just to expedite the
good.
process. There was people like sliding back and forth trying to go in, get in there.
Cool. Anything I
And shoes would
missed or
definitely
anything?
help because you'd be
Yeah.
slippery.
So,
Yeah.
but you seen that. So imagine how much she would have slid if she was in her socks. She probably would have fell, and we'd be dealing with the incident report.
Right.
Awesome. Does that mean I can say how we get workman's comp?
So, what do you think she? I mean, do you think that a 2, or you gonna give it a? Did you have pain? I mean, you said your knees are
No
clicking.
pain, stiff, no pain.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great two. It was-
Wasn't it pretty too?
Yeah, you know, but I don't think it classified as a 1, in my opinion. So,
Well, because it seemed like on the videos anyway, it was like, if they're capable of doing it, then you kind of get a 2.
right.
Like percentage of people that would get a 2. Could be an ugly 2 or a not so pretty 2 or a 2 minus.
Cool. All right.
What's this?
I think,
Shoes, no shoes.
No man. You
Stand
stand
with somebody else. You want
so no, McKay is up.
We do
with,
shoulders before you go down on the ground.
Yeah, shoulder mobility.
Shoulder mobility, so you're gonna have them take out their palm and you're gonna measure their hand. 16 and a half.
What's up, Carson?
Hey,
Watch Troy.
7 and a half.
Lucky bastard.
So you have her lock your face that way, and then put your thumbs inside your fist. And you lock both your arms out, and you go one behind your head, one behind your back. One behind your head, one behind your back. Good. So you're making sure they're staying nice and tall. Make sure they're not trying to wrench anything in. And then,
No, turn to the side. You can turn to the side. Yep.
and then you're gonna measure from the top of the knuckle to the bottom of the knuckle. She's a 7 on her right. And then you can have your lock your arms out, and then you're gonna go to the other side, two opposites. Left arm up, right arm back. And looks like we got a little symmetry. So she's gonna be an 11 on her left. So 11 and 7. So that would make her a 3 on the right, because if it's inside the 7 inches of the hand length, that's gonna be a 3, and anything that's within 7 and a half of 7 and a half, so 10 and a half. So you're actually a 1 on your left, because you gotta be a 10 and a half. That's the right math? Yeah, so you're 1 on your left.
Which arm is on top?
Yep.
Yes.
So you're 11 on your left,
Size
and
that
you're
opposite.
a 7 on your right, so you're a 1-3. So that
That's
would be
messed
one of the
up.
first movements that we have to address.
So that coincides with that opposite hip there you're having problems with. So when we're watching, what are some of the tells that we're watching for with that shoulder mobility?
So
Head coming forward.
Head coming forward, arching the back, things that.
one of the things I picked up is, like, see how, let's just say her
Lumbar.
her left hand is here, all right, and her right hand is here. I like to have her, when she does the opposite, try and take a visual picture of this, and then when she does the opposite, go the other way. Right, you can kind of see that neither of these on that opposite side were that close. So if you have one, because you got to think internal rotation, external rotation. So that's how, if we can identify if like the big, like let's say on this side she could only go to here, then we know it's a left external rotation issue, right? And then
That's really good.
on the correctives, there is an external versus internal
Yeah, come join.
corrective.
So
You want to see
what
my mobility right now?
what are shoulder
See if
correctives?
I can get
So our shoulder correctives,
T-spine.
oh, you're gonna be surprised.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
Quarter get up, no weight. Half get up, no weight. Half get up with weight. 3/4 get up, full get up. That's it.
Lots of giddy on up.
So lots of get ups.
Are you happy?
That's great.
Look, are you happy?
They're not doing any quadruped stuff at all?
Or T-spine.
Huh.
I guess that'll depend if they're moving. You'll see if some people like
I mean,
I was
not
just
that I don't
gonna
love
say-
the get up idea, but
They get in the cathodic or not. I think there's a little more. We'll go through the FMS because they have a lot of correctives on their actual website. I got to be able to see if I can still sign in. I don't know if I got kicked out or not. I don't know if I renewed my thing or not.
So obviously,
after a year of getting certified, they.
No,
Yeah.
I pay a
Oh, yeah.
fee.
Speaking of which, yours
I got a
is
new
coming
credit
up.
card, so I don't know if they updated it or not.
so we can go through all the correctives at the last thing. again,
Okay.
correct? Cool. All right,
That's
next,
nice.
do we wanna talk about the, impingement clearing test?
Yeah, just here, it's,
Yeah. So,
well, if you got pain there,
What?
I mean, if your shoulders look crappy. and
just
then-
for Shannon. So, impingement clearing, yep, hand on the, shoulder clavicle, and then they're gonna touch their forearm to their head, okay? Now, they wanna be able to do that with no pain and without moving their head forward to reach that. So you gotta stay big and tall, touch it there, no pain, and it's gotta clear on both
Go up
sides.
to the fingertips.
That big nose.
Yeah, you can't get
Can't
it
get above your shoulder.
there. Right.
What if my nose is too big?
If your double chin gets in the way.
All right, after the impingement clearing test, we got active straight leg raise.
Oh, that's me. C'est moi.
I can do it.
Who would you like to test?
I'll do it because mine's not good. Especially right now.
ASLR!
Well, didn't you work out this morning?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
worked out this morning.
Still not gonna be good.
Andrew.
Yeah, he had that's deals this morning
Go, we
too.
just have shorts on.
No, it's fine, because we can just, go
Still
from there.
barely a pass.
So obviously, if I were to continue, which I'm happy to film if we wanna film me, just to
No, no.
continue the series after his, he would keep that same measurement.
Church
Don't you want
socks.
those pants?
Love the church socks.
The
No
what?
problem.
The church socks, old man. 19 and a half is what his is gonna be. So with that, we're gonna cut that in half, that 19 and a half, but first we're gonna have you lie on the board. We're gonna have the back of your knees, you're gonna lie on your back of your knees, touching the board. Yep, so scooch a little bit toward the camera, perfect, legs together. We're gonna take that 19 and a half, we're gonna split it in half, because that math, that's terrible for me. 8.25, you're gonna go ahead and touch your hip bone for me.
8.25 is definitely not half of 19 and a half.
9.25.
9.75, but anyways, good.
So I failed the math.
Jesus.
Mr. Workamus turning over in his grave.
That's okay, Ryman knows the name, came up.
Okay.
So go ahead and touch your hip bone. So you're gonna identify, put your fingers right on your hip bone on your right side. So with that, you're gonna take that, touching here with your hip bone, take it to that 9 and a half. We're gonna go ahead and put that. Feet together. And we're gonna, go ahead and raise that right leg 3 times. So we're looking for multiple things, obviously clearing the toe, clearing this plane of this vertical stick or the dowel here, but you're not just watching that, you're watching what happens. Is the back of the knees able to stay on the board, as well as what's happening with the movement of the foot, and the path of the leg in the movement, okay, which he was able to clear there. So then same thing on the other side, if you'll touch your hip bone, on the other side then, we'll take that measurement on down, put that stick there. Again, you could probably identify it, like Donnie said, sort of make a visual picture of where it is.
I just eyeball
Which is
about
eyeball.
the middle of the thigh,
Yeah.
you're usually fine.
And he is not clearing as much as the other one, as well as you notice the right leg is already turning out
Yep.
from the get-go. So with that, at any point, do we actually have them standing touch their toes?
That's
I mean, we
part
always
of the-
ask that along the way,
Start there, just so you don't have to give them someone to lay down.
Yeah,
if they can,
that's part of it. The corrective,
Right.
that 3-point touch, toe up,
right, with the
10, toe up, heel up.
right, the toe, the heel, that series, that we do. But it came to me when I was watching all the videos and stuff, that they never actually took the time to say, standing, can you touch your toes?
Well, that's just a quicker, real quick
I know
assessment.
I was gonna say,
Instead
which is
of a
super
quick.
soft
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
Especially like,
so-
I know I've seen you do it as well as I have.
Yeah, it's like right this
You
here.
have someone new in your class that
Squat.
you've never had, and you're like, hey, real quick, can you touch your toes?
No, I haven't, they're all
Right.
there.
Thanks,
Updated
buddy.
adult
No problem.
progression. After
What? Trunk stability is the last one.
yeah,
Shandu and trunk. And there's rotary too, isn't
I got
Mike's
rotary
rotary.
stability.
there? Rotary.
All right, Monica, I want to pull those things out of the way. All right. The thing about rotary stability, it's changed more than any other one. The problem with, they've changed it more than any other one. The rotary stability one is also one of the ugliest one that they allow a lot more leeway, with that. When I say they allow a lot more leeway, because it's super ugly usually, and I'm gonna go through the 3 changes that they made. They just made a change a couple months ago to it too, as well. Now, with that, I always warn people, because we took our first time we took the FMS level 1, we took it in Kitchener, Ontario. Someone lost a tooth. So you gotta be like, I swear to God. So I mean, she literally fell, like, she tried to do the
Least you
one,
can be
and
prepared.
she fell in the class and lost a tooth, so we gotta be really careful. Like, she hit the floor hard, so
Helmet.
please, so I tell you right, be super careful, because you start like,
Yeah.
and they come, so be super careful with that. I don't want anybody, we don't need any insurance claims.
Yeah, I'm worried.
All right, yes, scare them a
We
little
heard
bit, I don't
about
want
it,
to scare
or
them.
going to.
So let's go, Mary, get on all fours, please, quadruped position. All right, we're gonna start. You want your thumbs under your shoulders. All right, now bring your thumbs to touch that dial, touch that board. Now knees under your hips. Now knees touching that board. Under your hips, now toes touching that board. Now, from there, getting a little comfortable. We're gonna go in all 3. We're gonna go with the original. I want you guys to see how it's progressed, okay? The original position, all right? It was a lot harder, all right? It was extension, elbow to knee, extension, return, all right? That was the original, so let's try the original.
There goes the tooth.
Oh, God. Okay.
Then we got lift at the same time.
it is. It's way harder than it looks.
Oh, now you're, as I always tell people, I say, after you do this is a way to win money or do party tricks at a party. You can win a lot of money.
Boyle always does it on one side, because he can't really do it on the other.
I know, I'm great, I know,
Are you saying your other side will be better?
I'm a one
Good.
on one side, that's how I always do it, I'm a 3 on the other. That's why you do my left side, I'm able to do it too.
No way.
It's okay, so now, that's our 1. So our 3, so now you do a 3, so we go to our 2, it's opposite arm and leg. Extension, then elbow to knee, extension, return. This is the original.
Opposites.
Yep, so extension first with the heel, elbow to knee, extension, returning starting position. All right, that'll be a clear 2, the original way. So now, as then they progressed it, and they changed it about 4 years ago to this side. So instead of going straight out to extension, because they had some people failing and it's a little dangerous, you go right to elbow to knee. So when you start, you go right to elbow to knee,
Oh,
okay?
Same.
Yep,
Elbow to knee first.
It's lateral.
yep.
Yes.
Elbow the same side.
The brain just never wants to do it.
My brain is not.
That's what
working.
mine. So I'm like,
No way.
Now you go, elbow to knee, yes.
Oh, that's terrible. Other side,
Yep.
elbow to knee.
See, but she's not even able to do it, so now she wouldn't be able to do it, 'cause why? 'Cause her foot's touching all over the
I was
place.
gonna say, yeah.
All right, so she needs to be stable, so let's try the 2s. Just try the 2s, elbow to elbow, elbow to knee, start elbow to knee,
These?
Yep.
Same?
yep. No, opposite.
Oh, opposites.
Yep, then go out, there we go.
He said the only people that don't pass this are disabled or extremely elderly, so. Just wanted to let you know that, Monica.
Just saying. It's not my birthday though.
All right, the problem with this test, where they had so many problems, everybody was a 2. The gap was so wide. So they had to change a couple different things, and when they changed everything, so now, you're either a perfect 3, like you either have to do it perfectly, right? Or if you can complete it, you're a 2, so that's how the new guideline is. If it has to be perfect, so like, I would just be a 2, because you see, like, I wasn't perfect, so I'm like leaning a little bit, but I completed the task. That's how the new testing goes, so what I want to do for the rotary stability. Perfect means you can get a little lean, but not like shaking, whatever. To get a 3 now, you get perfect in, out, All right, I mean, so elbow to knee, then in, out. 2 is just completing the task. 1 is unable to complete the task without pain. That's how the new grading system is. This was as of like, I want to say like 5 months ago.
I thought they were doing something where they're having you reach back, like the arms going back. Lee Burton was saying something about that in the Strength Code podcast, the arms going back instead of going forward or something.
They're playing with it, I'm saying with the new grading system where they're going like that.
That's
They haven't
the same
officially
thing?
changed it. But their grading system that they're going through now, Dr. Kaiser, I think it was, he's with their spokesperson, I think it's Kaiser. So that's what they want. If it's perfect, they're 3. If they're not, if they're just gonna complete the task, that's they get the 2. All right?
It's like-
They are, so
That-
no, where you
that
going,
is-
I'm sorry.
that is the seizure area.
Where Mike, no, where Mike is,
My heart rate.
where Mike is going and where we're working towards, they're actually, he's right, where they're working towards, they're going towards the heel first. Now, Monica, the next progression, they haven't officially changed it yet, but they are gonna be going, so reach back, so bring your knee to your chest and grab your heel. This is where they're working towards. So
Knee
you're
to
gonna
your
be here.
chest. Now grab your.
That's where they're working, that's they're debating, as Mike is talking about, that's he's saying, that's debating going, no, then go to extension.
Oh, then go.
Extension. Back to your knee, back to your ankle,
Mother of pearl.
and then back. That's what they're working towards. They haven't officially made it that, but that's Mike is,
It
he's,
is interesting.
that's what they're working towards right now.
Beautiful.
So now, the correctives are gonna be a little more fun. Initially, because a lot of people had the shoulder problems, they couldn't hold the position. That's where the most of the problem was. So they were doing like all the push-up correctives, but now there's a lot more, they have it. You know, and they didn't, because the reason why they changed, they added a lot more correctives, they said they felt the test wasn't purposeful. It was just too much going on. It was like, it was always ugly, and that's why this one's been changing a lot more than the others. Because they didn't feel they got really anything out of it. It was just, okay, you got a 1, 2, or 3 on it, but what do you do with it? Because it was just nothing. That's why this one's changed so much. So we can go over our correctives.
Epic
So I got,
fail and ugly.
all right, so I'm gonna get the bands, and we're gonna go through these tests for correctives with you guys. I hope you guys want it, because I don't think these correctives are very beneficial to us. I think actually you like, because part of it involves rolling too, for the correctives that they put through.
I misread their shoulder correctives as more.
It's okay. All right, I'm saying, but
You're on
so
video.
if I can get everybody on the
Say the
floor,
kid up, shoot.
and everybody grab a band.
Grab
Grab
band.
these kits.
How many
Okay,
answer?
man.
These are already out. Get the JC, those aren't JC bands. I forget what those are. I forget what those are called.
As they said, an easy way to sell, because we can improve your epic fail.
Yeah. Well, that's what sometimes like we don't really go through like individually much of that. It's more just the group stuff. Because people are gonna be like, I fucking suck at
Well,
everything.
that's. I
All right, so we don't need the band just yet. Now for the first one. So the first corrective, keep it simple. I know some of it Mike agrees, some of it doesn't, but again, we start, lay flat on your back. Over here, like this, bring your knees to chest, Monica. So we just so we get used to it. So now holding this at 90 degrees. All right.
Want me
One-
sideways?
No, you're good. That's what I want you. You're right where I want you. Now, right leg only, without moving the side. Try and get knee, ankle, and thigh to the ground. Back up, down and down, down and up. Nope, going out to the side,
Oh, to the side.
out to the side. Oh. Whose hip was that just popped?
That
Oh
was
my God.
Happy birthday, old
I
man!
wasn't sure if it was a hip hop or a poop. You want to get, who's that, yours,
That's
Andrew?
me.
Oh
My
my
right side
God.
always does that.
Mine were not that loud, just
So, but you
saying.
shouldn't have the one side. Losing the goal is get 3 on one side and 3 on the other.
Are you supposed to get to the floor on this?
That's our goal. That's our goal. But we're trying to keep them in the same plane. We
Okay,
want to
be
get as
in
far as we
Cirque du
can.
Soleil if I did.
We want to get Mike's almost to the ground. We want to get both of them
Let me
in the
see Mike.
same plane. We're not where you're starting to
One
lead,
side, the other side's gonna be horrible.
Holy cats.
but he's even. That's what we need. See, you guys, let's say even coming out, knee and
Dang,
ankle in the
that's
same plane.
impressive.
I don't
Yeah.
need people going like this. You see how my foot goes down and my knees still up?
My left one's good, my right's shit.
So you find that asymmetry. Now, after we get 3 on each side, one leg up, please. Both legs up straight. Both legs up straight.
Okay, look at how less that
I'm not
right
coming
side
looking
is.
up like that.
Well.
She's
There.
like this and look at this. Oh,
That shit you can't
Such
unsee.
an ass. Such an ass.
both legs up straight. Now, the first corrective, you will hold, if you want to hold the person, sorry, I've got
Sorry.
stuff on your fingers, you can hold their leg here, but I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to kind of skip the first one. You can hold.
Okay.
Same thing, straight leg coming in. Nope, coming out to the side. Same thing.
Yeah. it's
But you see
interesting
you see like a lot of it, where a lot of people are already, the further you go, Andrew,
Look at
the
that.
more you bend your right leg.
No, seriously.
No, I can feel it.
Oh, Andrew, you keep popping like.
Look at that side,
It's my right hip.
and then look at my right side. Forget about it.
My legs are just.
So we're watching, so like how Donnie's coming out, Donnie instead of coming straight out like this,
And his right.
he's coming
hand
down
is
in almost
equal,
like a V.
Which if you watch, that's what he does.
My glute fires when I get low.
We'll
Okay,
get
wait,
there.
Let me see McKay do this. God, you're really flexible. I have no other comment besides, are we still on camera?
Yes.
Don't worry, you're Fred and center right now.
I'm like, that's
Kid number
awesome.
4.
So now, last position, so now we're gonna go back, we're laying flat in the back, I'm gonna use Monica, so lay flat, completely flat, completely flat. Now, bring your right knee to your chest. All right, now, you can take your left hand, put it right at your knee. No, head down a little bit. Now, hold in that
top?
position. Yep, elbow, I'm sorry, elbow. Now, from that position, all right, other arms up straight, Now,
To the ceiling or the?
up above your head. You're going to roll to the knee sides, holding your body stiff. Let's go. Roll to the knee side. Yes, then come on back. Good. Again. Let me get 3 on one side and switch sides. Okay, we're going to switch it. Then after we roll to, then we're going to roll to the opposite side.
Wow, that's impressive. Look at how much easier that side is.
Yeah. Going to the left's way easier.
And most of my delinquencies are on my shoulder.
Delinquencies or deficiencies?
All of it. Delinquent, deficient, all of it. All the above, it's me.
Do both sides, and did you switch? Now did you roll away from the knee?
Oh. No, you mean both sides, both directions?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I switch sides.
Yeah, I switch sides too.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a roller. I got your roller in my hand, Monica.
Interesting.
Hold in that position, Andrew. I forgot you got a bad shoulder. My bad.
Yep, this is as far as I can go on the side.
All right.
Like, that's all I got, bro.
Now,
I
Just
really
like-
wanna do this.
next progression, they usually use we can use the roller.
Okay, what if they can't get their arm above the head?
Then you can just go here.
Oh, sorry.
You just go here. Arm up.
No,
Whatever's
this
comfortable.
one.
Whatever's comfortable.
Like if they would be,
Yep.
okay.
Now, so same position. I gave everybody a roller. Yep. Same thing. Use that roller, Donnie. You got a roller? Same thing.
Elbow?
Yep.
Or
And
Elbow,
are we looking
elbow,
for
elbow.
segmented or whole?
Hole.
Johnny should be good at the whole.
How's that feel? So I mean, the thing is,
Sorry, Andrew.
You makes it a lot harder with the.
No, I think it's easier.
I think it's easier too.
I think it's easier because it,
It's easier going one way, it's harder going the other way.
yes,
Maybe I was going the,
you were going the easy way.
yeah. I was going the hard way. Yeah, this side's easy.
and we got both sides, and then from there, as you play with it, you take our bands. Oh, I thought you were ready for your band. Mike.
We should have had McKay, Mr. Gumby over there.
And you just go to your band, to your next one.
Going to the
Opposite.
not the same, is harder.
Ready? There's your band.
Yep.
I gave you the thinner one because of your shoulder.
Okay.
So one,
Okay.
loop it on your foot.
Crossbody or doesn't matter.
Crossbody, opposite hand.
On my foot, I got it, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
That's gonna be too much. There we go.
Oh, mine,
Yep.
where'd I go?
So here,
There we go.
there we go. Yep.
Opposite.
Yeah, opposite,
Yeah.
opposite. So you're still here. Your elbow. There we go. Other arm up.
Oh,
There
this
we
guy.
go. Yep.
And now rolling?
Yep.
Okay, just wanna see how much. Oh, interesting.
Is the
I'll give you a band that one, I'm
Like this?
sorry.
No, there's not enough. So I'll just,
Is it here?
I'll make
Yep.
my own.
Yep, so in the straight arm, it's in the straight arm.
What's the one
Straight
that
arm?
gets you
Okay,
some-
straight arm,
Come on,
sorry,
kiss
that one.
my
It's in the straight arm.
So where's the other arm go?
So this arm's up.
Is there one on the elbow?
Yep, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
My
doing
bad,
the same
Monica.
thing.
And then
Keep the arm
knee
straight,
without
yep.
the bands bent?
Yep. Bring your elbow in there.
With this one?
Yep, just hold it, yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
Those are progressive, our progressions and regressions. for
Now,
our
this
practice.
feels, the band makes this easier, whereas the roller made it harder for me.
Choke upon the band.
Yeah, cause now I feel like a freaking doll connected with this thing, right? We're gonna see it.
Put your foot up in there.
Put the one direction.
There you go. Foot up in here, Monica. Right foot, right heel, right heel, right heel, in the air. There we go.
You still gotta keep the connection to the elbow and knee.
But I think,
elbow, it's gotta be up at 90 degrees, Mike.
Dodgy dodge.
holy cats. Okay, let me switch sides.
So I hope you guys like that.